Hello there, hobby homies. We're back again. Figured I'd open some of these loose packs I got laying around. I got quite a few of them. We'll go through some of them today. Here's what we got. We got a pack of Core set 2019. We got a set of War of the Spark here, a pack we can open up. I got 2 packs of the Core set 2020. I got 2 packs of the Theros Beyond Death. And for the main event, folks, we got some supercharged packs here. I got like 10 of them. Let's see what we get here. Hopefully we can get something good. So let's crack-a-lack these packs and we can get started. We'll open up the 2019 first. Let's see what kind of goodies we get. Shock, I got plenty of those. How about Thorn Lieutenant? Whenever Thorn Lieutenant becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. Thorn Lieutenant gets +4/+4 until end of turn. We'll set that off to the side right there. One pack of War of the Spark. Ajani the Great-Hearted. Creatures you control have vigilance. You gain 3 life. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each other planeswalker you control. A little bit of shimmy shimmy, y'all. $20. Baroni Vampire, Mind Rot, Goblin Bird Grabber, pretty cool looking. Grave Digger, Scheming Symmetry. I got a couple of these. Choose 2 target players. Each of them searches their library for a card, then shuffles their library and puts that card on top of it. Merciful More Shine. $20. Mew Yanling, Sky Dancer. On your next turn, up to 1 target creature gets -2/-0 and loses flying. Create a 4/4 blue elemental bird creature token with flying. You get an emblem with islands you control have Tap and draw a card. Theros. Riptide Turtle. Treacherous Blessing. When Treacherous Blessing enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. Whenever you cast a spell, you lose 1 life. When Treacherous Blessing becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. There's some platinum hits right there. 187.4. Theros. There's a harpy. A Terranica Acroian Veteran. Vigilance. Whenever Terranica Acroian Veteran attacks, untap another target creature you control until end of the turn. That creature has base power and toughness 4/4 and gains indestructible. Mountains. Alright, here comes the big packs right here. Well, what we gonna get? Pack number 1, homies. Sphinx Mindbreaker. Flying. When Sphinx Mindbreaker enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top 10 cards of their library into their graveyard. A Tectonic Giant with full art. Whenever Tectonic Giant attacks or becomes a target of a spell an opponent controls, choose 1. Tectonic Giant deals 3 damage to each opponent. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose 1 of them. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. And then there's another one, the regular art Tectonic Giant with some shimmer. Oh, there's Ashiok Nightmare Muse. It's the full art. Create a 2/3 black and blue nightmare creature token with whenever this creature attacks or blocks, each opponent exiles the top 2 cards of their library. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then that player exiles a card from their hand. You may cast up to 3 face-up cards your opponents own from exile without paying their mana cost. And there's the Nelia Keen-Eye. That's got some precious on it. Indestructible. As long as your devotion to green is less than 5. Nelia isn't a creature. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. Alright. Let's see what pack 2 gives us. I've been pretty happy with these packs so far. I haven't gotten anything I'd like to complain about. You better not get trash as much as you're paying for them. Shiok, Sculptor of Fears. Draw a card. Each player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. Put target creature card from a graveyard into the battlefield under your control. Gain control of all creatures target opponent controls. There's Treacherous Blessing with the full art. I'm not going to read that because we just read that on the other card. There's some shine. Cure Best the Sea God. Create an 8/8 blue Kraken creature token with hexproof. Tap all non-land permanent target opponent controls. They don't untap during the controller's next untap step. Gain control of target permanent and opponent controls. Untap it. All right. Number 3. Temple of Enlightenment. It's extended art. Thrix, the Sudden Storm. Foiled up. Flash, flying. Spells you cast with converted mana cost 5 or greater. Cost 1 less to cast and can't be countered. Another one. And another one. Sphinx Mindbreaker. Flying. When Sphinx Mindbreaker enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top 10 cards of the library into their graveyard. Thassa's Intervention. Extended art. Choose one. Look at the top X cards of your library. Put up to 2 of them into your hand and the rest in the bottom, on the bottom of your library in a random order. Counter target spell unless its controller pays twice X. Perforous Intervention. Choose one. Create an X1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Perforous Intervention deals twice X damage to target creature or planeswalker. It's shimmied up too. Nylia Keen-Eyed. Indestructible as long as your devotion to green is less than 5. Nylia isn't a creature. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. Next one. Gift of Strength. Grasping Giant. Vigilance. Whenever Grasping Giant becomes blocked by a creature, exile that creature until Grasping Giant leaves the battlefield. Heliod's Intervention. It's extended art. Choose one. Destroy X target artifacts and or enchantments. Target player gains twice X life. Temple of Plenty with some holographicness. Another one. Ashiok, Sculptor of Fears. Draw a card. Each player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Gain control of all creatures target opponent controls. Eat to Extinction. That's the full art. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. It's got the Precious on it. Pretty cool looking. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Land you control are every basic land type in addition to their other types. The first Ironian Games. Create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Put 3+1/+1 counters on target creature you control. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw 2 cards. Create a gold token. There's a bronze sword. I was wondering. Victory's Envoy. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Oh, there's Nyx Lotus with the full art. Nyx Lotus enters the battlefield tap. Choose a color. Add an amount of mana of that color equal to your devotion to that color. Temple of Abandon. It's got the Precious on it. Another Ashiok Nightmare Muse. Sorry about that. I'm not going to read that one again because I'm pretty sure I got that, and I don't want to read all that again. Pretty cool looking though. We got 3 left. Pretty cool. Riptide Turtle. Flummox Cyclops. Tree Shaker Chimera. All creatures able to block Tree Shaker Chimera do so. When Tree Shaker Chimera dies, draw 3 cards. Ox of Agonis. When Ox of Agonis enters the battlefield, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. Escape. Exile 8 other cards from your graveyard. Ox of Agonis escapes with a +1/+1 counter on it. Storm Herald. Haste. When Storm Herald enters the battlefield, return any number of aura cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to creatures you control. Exile those auras at the beginning of your next end step. If those auras would leave the battlefield, exile them instead of putting them anywhere else. Next one. It's real gluey on top. Oh, it's glue. Probably can't see it. Kind of right there. Must be for all the good stuff that they're hiding in this pack. Better extra glue it. Enigmatic Incarnation. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed enchantment's converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield and shuffle your library. Eidolon of Obstruction. First strike. Loyalty abilities of Planewalkers your opponent control cost 1 more to activate. For all that glue, I don't think that was the payoff. Here's the last pack, homies. What are we going to get? Moss Viper? Ashiok, Sculptor of Fears. I think I might have got this one already too. Oh yeah. Haktos the Unscarred. Haktos the Unscarred attacks when combat. Each combat if able. As Haktos enters the battlefield, choose 2, 3, or 4 at random. Haktos has protection from each converted mana cost other than the chosen number. Bronze-Hide Lion. Bronze-Hide Lion gains indestructible until end of turn. It's got the shimmy on it. When Bronze-Hide Lion dies, return it to the battlefield. It's an aura enchantment with enchant creature you control and 1 green and 1 white. Enchanted creature gains indestructible until end of turn and it loses all other abilities. And that is it. Alright, let's see here. Let's do this the hard way. In the 19, we got the Thorn Lieutenant. In the War of the Spark, we got the Ajani the Great-Hearted. Well, it looks kind of like he's trying to do the Naruto run. In the 20, we got the Scheming Symmetry. And the Mew Yanling Sky Dancer. And in the big money, and the 2 other little ones, Bronze-Hide Lion, Haktos the Unscarred, Ashiok, Sculptor of Fears, Eidolon of Obstruction, Enigmatic Incarnation, Storm Herald, Ox of Agonis, Tree Shaker Chimera, Ashiok Nightmare Muse, Temple of Abandon, Nyx Lotus, Victory's Envoy, the First Iroian Games, Dryad of the Elysian Growth, some shimmer, Eat to Extinction, Ashiok Sculptor of Fears, Temple of Plenty, Heliod's Intervention, Grasping Giant, Nilia Keen-Eyed, Perforous Intervention, Thassa's Intervention, Sphinx Mindbreaker, Thrix the Sudden Storm, Temple of Enlightenment, Kiora Best Sea God, Treacherous Blessing, Ashiok Sculptor of Fears, Nilia Keen-Eyed, Ashiok Nightmare Muse, Tectonic Giant, Sphinx Mindbreaker, and these are from the regular packs, the Terranica Ekroian Veteran, and the Treacherous Blessing. And that's what we got. I ain't mad. It'll work. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah. Follow me here on Twitter at HobbyHomie. And on Saturday, I'll open up something else. Don't know what I'm going to do. I was thinking maybe the Throne of Eldraine. I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for being a homie. And I will see you next time. We out like shout.